All right, welcome back, Shadowverse Worlds Beyond fans. Today we're back at it, entering a 16-man tournament. It's the weekend, everybody. I'm going to quickly flash on screen. Here's the deck I'm going to be using. It is basically a pretty standard spell boost deck. I'm trying one Owen Mysterian Swordsman and one Lilanthem. I always like to be testing a little bit of cards, and I finally crafted my third Norman. I think we've got a pretty much finished spell boost deck here at this point, and I'm hoping to try to take down this tournament. So I'm going to go ahead and select that deck, enter the 16-man lobby tournament, and then we're going to go ahead and jump into round one right off the bat here. So let's get started. All right, here we go. Round one against Swordcraft. We're having a repeat of last weekend, but this time I am going to try to take it down. A really crazy sword match as my round one last weekend. So I'm not going to claim I'm the world's best expert with Spellboost Rune. I have played Rune quite a bit. I typically just mulligan away kind of my later game stuff, hoping to draw some early game and then, you know, just kind of win through the traditional route. I have played Rune quite a bit, not necessarily the exact Spellboost variant. By the way, everybody, I just want to complain a little bit as always. It wouldn't be a proper Shadowverse video if I didn't complain a little bit about some things at the beginning of the video. And the thing I want to complain about right now is it's just like, it's always just kind of wasting your time a little bit. Like, you know, for example, just every day, like having to go in and do the lobby match every day, like it's just such a waste of time. It's not really particularly fun or interesting. By the way, I'm pretty sure I like just Stormy blasting away. It's, you know, they're kind of two-for-one-ing me, the fact that I have to Stormy blast twice against their one card. No matter what we do, let's go ahead and Witch's New Brew first here. I feel like I'm feeling okay about this match so far. If only there was a way to deal 3 damage, but I don't think this deck really has I don't think Rune has access to anything for 3 damage on turn like 2 or 3 just by default. I think this is fine, so let's go ahead and do it. They are going second, which is always a, I would say, pretty significant advantage, to be honest, in this sword match when they get to go second rather as opposed to going first. Especially getting that first evolution on the Zirconias is always quite difficult for me to deal with, I feel like, every time. All right, I'm pretty sure it's going to end up being Burgent next turn. The only question here now is if I go ahead and use the Sagelight Teachings this turn. This is obviously going to get engaged up one time. I don't really need any more runes. Usually, the Sagelight Teaching is going to end up being pretty good against, well, for example, a Zirconia. But next turn on 5 mana, I'll probably just Burgent if they Zirconia, and then I'll have 2 1/1s to kill one of their guys. I don't think it really does anything if I end up gaining Earth Sigils with the Sagelight. Pretty rough turn 4. That may end up hurting pretty bad. They got the perfect Zirconia on turn 4. So, oh man, everybody, is this going to be another round 1 loss here? We're gonna find out. Burgent's still gonna be really good. We're gonna have probably a clear next turn with Sagelight Teachings. All right, let's see how good it's gonna be. The 2 1/1s are gonna get to take out the 3/2. The Demonic Call is gonna pair very well with the Burgent. I like 2 Burgents in this deck. Burgents, however it's pronounced. I think two's the right number. I think some people run just 1, but I think 2's the right number. I think in the mirror match it's also quite good as well. All right, they've got a Luminous Lance Trooper. I thought about keeping the William. I mean, in the end, obviously, it would have been quite good. It is always really good against Sword. I don't know. Maybe I potentially should have kept the William in my opener hand. We're already at 12, which is terrible. We're going to have to end up drawing a Norman at some point so we don't die to the Albert here. I think it's pretty much got to be just a Sagelight Teachings. That'll put the Demonic Call down to 4. If I attack with the 1/1, it'll put it down to 3, so I can then go ahead and play this. But I can also just Witch's New Brew and Penelope, which I think is definitely going to be better. So yeah, it's going to have to be the Sagelight Teachings here. Let's go ahead and draw a card. Okay, Owen. See, I still feel like Owen should be pretty decent. This round it's not really going to do much, but all right, let's go ahead and clear their board off. But maybe actually before we do that, we need to go ahead and... should I attack in with the 1/1 or not? Yeah, I think it's good to go ahead and get that attack in. Running a little low on time here as always. Go ahead and clear their board. Play the Penelope out. Lilanthem's going to be really strong here, probably. Don't think I need to evolve here. Next turn, once again, also, if they have a really strong turn 6 play, we are going to probably be in a little bit of trouble here. Prim, I don't is really going to do it here. Demonic Call is going to take care of it. I'm kind of surprised they didn't use an evolution. Fortunately, we kind of needed them to brick at least 1 turn of this game, and fortunately this turn was kind of their bricked turn. We get to Demonic Call to kill the 3/3. We've got a pretty nice board after that at that point. We get the Owen out to block. We get to boost us up by 1. We've got the Sagelight Teaching to heal us for a turn. Probably going to end up Lilantheming next turn, so I think we're probably going to end up just Sagelight Teachings this turn, I have a feeling, right? You know, in fact, we don't even actually need to Demonic Call. We can just Owen and Sagelight Teachings. These will trade into the 3/3. They get to keep 1 Prim, him, but I don't know that that's that big of a deal. This is a little bit tough. The Sage Light Teaching, yeah, this is a tough one, huh? Let's go ahead and do this. I think no matter what, we're going to go ahead and do this. And then, yeah, I think it's going to be the Owen. So let's go ahead and Owen. Let's tick this up by 1. Sage Light Teaching. Go ahead and restore the 4. I could evolve this to draw 2 followers. You know what? I think I'm going to actually do it. I feel like I need some followers. I especially need, for example, a Norman. I don't know if that was right or not. Okay, William's a decent draw. I did actually screw up there. I didn't think about the fact I was going to end up evolving this guy. I needed the William a little earlier. I would have gotten +1 spell boost. Okay, Gildaria. That was kind of what I was sort of expecting. Anagrea's also may not be too bad here. Wow, did this already get the free super evolution, or was that a regular evolution? Actually, I missed that one. All right. Okay, William actually kind of gets me there this turn. It'll pretty much full clear the board, and I can super evolve it. Or I can Lilanthem. Lilanthem will kill 2 of these and trade with the Gildaria. It can get to come back to life 1 time, which is probably good enough. They will end up getting to kill it off. Then we'll have the William bulked up. If we leave this 1/1, this is crazy. I think I actually have to William, which is really unfortunate because we're at 15. If we let them get 1 hit on us, let's say they super evolve this, then once again, we're already in Albert range. Again, I think I want to kind of stay out of Albert range. This also lets the Lilanthem do a little bit better. So unfortunately, I think that's actually what we have to do. So that is, in fact, what I'm going to do here. I'm going to Demonic Call. Then I'm going to get the William out. Screwed up as always here. Okay, go ahead and do that. I needed to play the Witch's Brew. I was getting low on time again. So made a bit of a mistake there. I will actually just do a regular on that one, and then we actually have a pretty decent board going into the Lanthem. We've got the Ruler victory potential here. Odin hurts. Okay, we are going to need a Norman here, really, because now they've got us in Albert range once again already. I got 3 Normans in the deck. I need the Norman. My gosh. Okay, now Anangrea saves us from the Albert, so that's actually quite good. So it's going to have to be an Anangrea this turn. In fact, we could even Anangrea and Dimension Climb, which might be the play. Try to get into a Norman and heal up. Maybe that's actually the play. Okay, if we play Anangrea, that's going to be for 3. That ticks us down to a 2. We've still got a mana left, so let's go ahead and play the Witch's New Brew first. That no matter what I do, oh my god, another Dimension Climb. All right, everybody, I'm going for it. I want to get into the Norman to kind of be a little safer here. Let's make sure we have plenty of time to do all our plays here. Tick this up by 1. Go ahead and do the Dimension Climb. We're gonna have the 5/5 blocker. I gotta just not brick on this Dimension Climb hand. Okay, that's nice. We got into another Dimension Climb. I'm totally okay with this. Clones are really good in this matchup, I feel like, and I'm okay to go ahead and get rid of this. All right, do this. Oh, shoot, I actually had the Edelweiss. I didn't even really need to do that. That was a bit of a mistake, wasn't it? And you know what? I can go ahead and get 1 clone out. Since I've got the Dimension Climb in hand, that's no big deal at all. So this is now looking pretty good. Now we're very protected. We're going to get to start making the 10/10s, which I think can often be pretty difficult for Swordcraft to actually deal with. All right, forced to go ahead and use one of the Super Evolutions. It's really good for us here. All right, that 2/2 does not have the thing that it needs to kill our 10/10 Bane or whatever it's called in this particular one. Okay, Clone actually gets to go into the full Dimension Climb this turn. So this is going to be really, really strong turn potentially here. So we're going to get rid of the 1/1. All right, here we go. I got to make sure I don't run out of time this time. This is looking really strong here. You get the Clone. I could, yeah, okay, get the Clone. Okay, this should give us into the 0 mana Dimension Climb. It does. So then we get to go ahead and use that. Let's see what we end up with here. Plenty of time left on the clock. All right, we've got an Edelweiss. Yeah, I think Edelweiss is pretty good. Let's go ahead and start with that first. Let me show you all my spell boosts. Ooh, hitting that one is quite good. Let me Looking Smart. I get to actually clear their whole board off here potentially. Oh my gosh, the Lilanthem is so good. Okay, that's really sick. Now, I think I can actually just go ahead and do this and go ahead and get in 10. I think that's right? Yeah, I'm all right with that. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll have the 10/10 out. And finish this off. Get in for the 10. We've got an absolutely massive board. I'm trying to think of what they can do to do anything against us. The fact that we weren't able to get the William up very much is kind of unfortunate. I guess I could have popped one more thing on the board, but I don't know. This is a pretty tough. This is yeah, pretty tough board for them to deal with. Okay, that's gonna force. Okay, no, it gets a free Super Evolution. Okay, Ignominious Samurai. That was what I was kind of worried about. They did end up getting it, so we are actually back in Owlbear range now. They've got one card left, so it's all going to basically kind of come down to this. A little bit of a, I don't know if it was necessarily a screw up. The William, not going to be able to clear off the 7/7, but we do have the Stormy Blast. So if we Stormy Blast, we can actually Sage Light Teachings back up out of range once again. So we are able to actually fight this off. They've only got one card in hand. This gives us a spell boost. This gives us a spell boost. Then we William, it clears their full board off, and we've got the Sage Light Teaching. Yeah, I think it's pretty good. And so I think that is actually what we end up doing here. So let's go ahead and get it done. But let me just make sure here. Yeah, I'm all right with that. Maybe we needed to go ahead and just keep those clones around. That's one area that might have been a little bit screw up. Actually, we can actually, no, I know I want to get rid of the Sage Light Teachings. Go ahead and store the 4 defense. I want to make sure I'm out of the Owlbear range. I am now out of Owlbear range. I guess I'll actually just keep the 1/1. I don't need to do anything with it here. And that is our ending board. We were kind of short of 1 super evolution. If I could have got the Lilanthem, it's going to basically depend on what they've got. What's that last card in their hand? Are they going to play it? Nope, not playing it yet. All right, I can deal with this. Okay, Luminous Magus. I think we can deal with this. We've got the Bergen, we've got the Anangrea. I think we did it. There's the Norman. All right, everybody. I think we finally did it. We're actually finally going to be able to win this one here. So let me just make sure how I'm going to do this here. This 1/1 definitely trades in here, I think. Do that. Then we play the Bergen. It deals with the 2/2. Go ahead and do that. Then we get the Anangrea out. And then the 5/5 here deals, I think, with the 3/2. Yeah, because that can end up getting a kill on something. And we've got basically a relatively even board. The fact that the Luminous Lance Trooper was able to stay out is a little unfortunate. They only got 1 draw. They said it's a worthy opponent. And we're dead to the Owlbear top deck. Oh my god. I guess I forgot. I mean, they had no cards in their hand. Oh, everybody. Oh, boy, everybody. Man, am I ever going to take down one of these tournaments? They top-decked the Owlbear. We fully ran them out of cards. We had the Norman in the hand, and they top-decked the Owlbear. Oh, man, everybody. All right, everybody. Real quick, as is tradition, since I'm still sort of doing this kind of free-to-play Zero-to-Hero series, showing you how I'm going to navigate. I can already build 3 of the best decks free-to-play. I like to, once a week, kind of show off what I've got. So I'm opening my weekly part keys. We've got 25 saved up, got pretty much absolutely nothing. Basically a pack. All right, I don't need another Glade, so that doesn't do anything. A lot of times you do get animated, but nothing this time it looks like. Not sure if I needed another one of those or not. Pretty decent vials. The Grand Pre-Tick is actually pretty good. All right, and finish it off with 5 more, and I don't think I got any Legends from any packs this week, actually. I think that might be it for this week. All right, actually, hold on, scratch that, everybody. I had 2 random tickets from the couple take-twos I've done, and managed to actually get lucky here and hit on the second one. So, okay, I think that's like my 4th Gildaria. Man, like they loved giving me Gildarias, which is all right because it is in fact probably one of the better, or I don't know if I'd go best. I still think maybe Norman's the best card of the new set, but I don't know, maybe Gildaria, I don't know. All right, so 1 legend out of 2 packs. That's pretty sick for this week, and that's pretty much everything we're opening this week. All right, everybody, round 2 is against Portalcraft after one of my most disappointing defeats I've ever had in this game in round 1. My gosh. And by the way, I was going to mention about the kind of the time wasting in this game, and I want to finish that because I realized I didn't finish before about that. When you enter these lobby tournaments, what happens? First you enter the lobby tournament. All right, by the way, I'm good keeping the Dimension Climb in hand again. I'm going to pitch the William. I don't know if it's right or not. I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to go for the early drops. That's pretty good. About as good of a starting hand as we can get, I'm pretty sure. So what is this time wasting with the lobby tournament? First thing you do is you have to join the lobby tournament. You have to wait for the 16 players to join. Okay, so first of all, you wait. Now, no matter any game you play that you're playing a 16-person tournament, that's going to happen. So nothing bad has happened. Then you join it, and then every week, you have to go through, Wadey starts talking about all this stuff, explaining to you about the lobby tournament. I mean, okay, let's say there's a new player. They have to have that. That's fine. But, then for you, a player who wants to play in these every week, it's just wasting your time. Then what happens after she's done explaining it? Then after she's done explaining it, then there's a waiting period. It's like wait for I don't know, 30 seconds to a minute, just waiting. It's like, why do we have to wait? I don't really understand where the necessity comes to then have just another waiting period built in after the explanation, which we already didn't need. So if you've played more than one time, which you're planning on playing this every week, if you play this game, you played it more than one time, then why do we have to wait again after that? I mean, to me, this is just kind of ridiculous. Since we're gonna play Witch's Brew, we might as well do it first here. I guess we could have played both, but I want to go ahead and Stormy Blast away the 1/1. Then the 3/3 is going to get taken care of by our Anagrea, and then still feeling pretty good about this match at that point. I'm good to actually just go ahead and Penelope here. So that is what I'm going to do. Take care of that. So then there's a waiting period. So, you know, unnecessary explanation period for anybody that plays a game more than one single time, one tournament. Then there's just like a random waiting period. Then you get matched against your opponent. And then what happens? There's a waiting period. And it asks you if you're ready to play the game. It's like, obviously, we're ready to play the game. We just joined the lobby tournament. Like, why do you make it? And then it's like a minute timer again. Why do we need another 1 minute timer? Then you get matched against your opponent. Then you wait another minute. Okay, then what happens? Then you know, play against your opponent. And then there's another waiting period where you wait for the matches to end. Now, once again, there's always going to be that final waiting period waiting for the matches to end. Any game you play that has any kind of tournament, all my plays are very obvious so far, so I don't really need to talk about any of these specific plays. Like, there's always going to be that waiting period. That's fine. You can't do anything about that if you want it to be like a live tournament. But then again, once that waiting period is done, when you're done waiting for all the rounds to end, then there's another waiting period. And then it says if you want to view the bracket. Then, okay, I don't know. Do I want to view the bracket? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. It doesn't really matter. Okay, then what happens? Then there's another waiting. It's like there's so many waiting periods in these lobby tournaments. To me, it's kind of ridiculous. I don't think we need that many waiting periods. Like, seriously, how many waiting periods? By the way, this is absolutely insane, by the way. I know Portalcraft isn't really getting used that much, but man, if it was getting used a lot, this Bergen is like, I mean, look at how ridiculous this Bergen is here. It's like literally the best card in the game against this board, I'm pretty sure. And we're going to get permanent advantage to this game. So it's just like how many waiting periods do I need in one tournament? It's just like waiting period after waiting period after waiting period. Okay, then there's a 1 minute waiting period. Then there's a 1 minute waiting period. And then you match up against your opponent, and then it asks you if you're ready. Like, yes, of course, like just move the tournament along. Like, come on. There's just so much kind of wasted time in this game, like waiting periods and tournaments. I mean, heaven forbid you actually tried to play in the first real tournament of the game where it was like a 14-hour long tournament, which should have been like a, I don't know, like a 4-hour, like from 4 hours to 14 hours, something crazy like that. It's completely ridiculous. Let me go ahead and show my spell boost here. William's looking real good for spell boost. I don't think I need to quite burn that yet, though. Sage Light Teaching, probably going to heal me up, maybe. I don't really need to do much this turn. I can kind of wait. I can kind of wait a lot of stuff out. If I play the Sage Light Teaching to heal for 4, I can then Demonic and clears their full board. It looks great to me, so go ahead and heal up to 4. Like, it doesn't matter if they have like Orcus or anything. Like, looking real good here. In fact, I have a very strong feeling this is going to be a win. I'm having a hard time figuring out with double Norman how we could possibly lose this match, to be honest, especially against Puppets. Puppets maybe the weaker version of the deck versus Artifact. Artifact can actually be a tough matchup for this deck, I feel like. Lately, I feel like every time I play this against Artifact, they just use the one that does 3 damage to my face, play it over and over and over again, and they can actually kill me before I can kill them, and it's not really a whole lot I can do about it a lot of the time, I feel like. All right, so I think I'm going to play this a little different than I maybe usually would by actually go ahead and getting some Norman draw 3 in, and then probably the 3/3 Defender, I'm thinking. The Norman then kills that off. I'll have the 3/3 Defender. It kind of forces them to make a move, probably, and we get to draw 3. We'll have one kind of Ek card in our hand. We'll end up just playing the Melvi, I think, so I'm all right with that. I'm trying to do the draw 3 more often with the Norman. It hasn't really been my usual MO with this card to draw 3, but after I watched a little bit of Prussia SV with some Norman action, and he ended up using the draw 3 mode quite a bit, and I've been thinking maybe I've been kind of underestimating that Norman mode, so trying to use it a little more. And I think this was probably the right play here, right? Okay, we still got room to play one more guy, so we can do that. Oh, shoot. I forgot that was going to put that in my hand. That was actually a little bit of a screw up. Darn. I'm going to, of course, go ahead and do that. I didn't really want to end up with 9 cards in my hand, and I ended up with... I forgot about the Melvi. That was really stupid, actually. All right. I pretty much assumed the Orcus was coming out, especially like they got to have something to deal with this 3/3, so they're needing a Bane. I still think it's kind of dumb in this game that Bane goes through the Divine Shield bubble thing, whatever this is called. Okay, and they're going to try to deal some pretty serious damage here. The 8/8 can take care of our 8/8. We're going to have the William, which I'm pretty sure is going to be correct here. Yep, okay, especially now. They're probably going to be a little bit running out of stuff to do against us. Wow, another Puppet? Can they kill us next turn with another Orcus if we use the William. Do I actually have to maybe Norman here to heal up 4 again? Maybe super evolve? Maybe heal 4 again? All right, let's think about this. Can't really play anything else if I Norman. I do have the Stormy Blast. The Norman will become an 8/8, takes care of their 8/8. Then we've got the William sitting back. I think that's gonna happen. The other thing would be Clone, which help start getting our Dimension Climb going. All right, let's think about this. This does 2, hit 1 in, it becomes a 3, finish it off, play the Norman, heal for 2 times. Then we've got a William, so even if they hit us in the face, it doesn't really matter. And with a Clone, we've got the Dimension Climb. Oh man, everybody, I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go ahead and go that route. Screwed up a little bit. I should have already played this. Okay. Oh my god, the time, as always, everybody. Ugh. Oh my god. We're gonna lose it again because the animations, I can't get it through. Oh my god, God, this game pisses me off so much with the animation times. Oh my god, I'm so used to just roping all the time, everybody. You know, the funny thing is that that actually kind of worked out fine, actually. Even though I completely messed up that turn. It's looking like it's basically not gonna matter. Oh, they are gonna aid us in the face. But then we've got the Norman sitting back. Oh, they killed us! Oh my god, everybody, god, the animations really drive me absolutely insane. I'm sorry, everybody, that when you watch these matches, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I'm a roper, everybody, and I'm talking through, I'm doing live, this is live commentary. I'm talking through it. I wait till the end of my turn, try to get all my plays in. I can never get all my plays in at the end of my turn because of the freaking animations. I'm sorry, everybody. Anyways, we will come back as always and finish this tournament out. If you want to see more Spell Boost lobby tournament gameplay, let me just finish my rant here just for 2 seconds here. There's way too much waiting in these lobby tournaments. It's such a waste of time. This game is such a time waste. You know, every day, the fact that one of the chores every day is to go into the lobby, play a game in the lobby, it's such a time waster. Like, that is such a pointless match to play. And, you know, most of the time what I end up doing is I just join the lobby and I literally just pass my turn every time. So it's basically every day of every week, if you want to actually get the only way that you can actually get rewards in this game. You could literally sit around playing ranked all day. You don't actually get anything from playing ranked. There are no tournaments during the week. You could try to play some Take-Two if you wanted to, but realistically, you know, these chores are set up that you basically have no choice. You have to do the chores. So it's basically like if you play this game, you know, it's easily 5 minutes or more every day that you have to spend doing that stupid chore in the lobby. Times 7, you know, this is like 30 minutes to an hour a week of your life every week that's just completely wasted doing that stupid lobby stuff. Not to mention the fact that you have to spectate 5 matches and do a knockout match. Which, you know, okay, if you just love playing the game, if you just want to play every match possible, that's fine. But I'm not really into just playing, you know, lobby matches against random people. I like playing these lobby tournaments. That's why I upload these lobby tournaments and play them, because they're, you know, people are trying really hard. I lose so much more in these lobby tournaments than anywhere else because everybody's actually trying hard. And to me, that's what's fun about the game. If you play a random lobby match, it's a whatever game. If you play a random knockout battle, it's a whatever game. People are just passing their turns. People are trying to complete dailies. You're trying to complete dailies. Other people are trying to complete dailies. Nobody cares. It's just a waste of time. And even same thing with even just the daily missions. You know, win 4 matches, win 2 ranked matches. You know, sometimes you just don't want to do it. Yada, yada, yada. There's just so much time wasting in this game. Oh boy. Anyway, the fact that these 16-person lobby tournaments, I really liked them at first, but the fact that, like, it doesn't really matter that they need to be live in, like look at this lobby. Like, does it really matter that we're in the same lobby together? Nobody's doing anything. The soccer game is an absolute joke. It's like it has like the worst physics of any game I've ever played. So anyway, as always, pretty mixed feelings about this game as always. I'm kind of starting to feel like everybody, if you've been sticking around in the channel and tuning in, I'm kind of starting to feel like I am probably going to end up dropping it ultimately for all the reasons I keep talking about. I'm going to make some more videos talking, fleshing some of these feelings out, but just wanted to go ahead and share that. All right, everybody, come back next time if you want more Spell Boost lobby action.